After 10 years, Mila Kunis is finally speaking out about her brutal breakup with Macaulay Culkin. They were Hollywood's most unlikely couple, the world's biggest child star and America's sweetheart. They were also Hollywood's most secretive couple. The two of them were together for 8 years and there was practically no press coverage of them. So when Mila broke up with Macaulay, there was a lot of mystery surrounding them. Macaulay spiraled out of control after the breakup, leaving many people concerned for his health. Kevin from Home Alone now looked like this. But let's go back to those Home Alone days to understand how things spiraled like they did for Mac and Mila.
Have you ever been home alone?
Sometimes on purpose.
How did that happen?
Oh, they just leave me there. I don't know why.
Is he joking there?
No, he's actually not joking. And everything about his life seems really cute and innocent the way it is on screen, but off screen, it's a totally different story.
Your father was described as the father from hell.
Oh, yes. My father was very good at breaking people's spirits.
He was a bad man. He was abusive physically and mentally.
Macaulay's dad is a failed actor who pushed Macaulay and his siblings into acting at a really young age. Out of 7 kids, his sister Dakota was the only one who managed to avoid it. It was a tumultuous family life for everybody.
I think it got to a point where it's like, oh, we need a kid for a show. Name a sex and an age, and we got later. They're all here.
Macaulay was a breadwinner for his family since he was 10 years old, and since his dad was his manager, he could never escape him. So that really exposed him to more abuse than any of his other siblings.
All of a sudden, I'm going around the country, locked in a room with a guy who doesn't like me. God bless the rest of my family. They would always get these respites whenever I was off doing a gig. Better me than somebody else.
I had no say. I've done 14 films. I've never read one of the scripts. Study the lines, go out there, and then just do it.
So while everyone is seeing this adorable kid, he's suffering for his success.
Yeah, and while he's struggling with that, the fans couldn't get enough of him. But there was a dark side to all the attention he was getting.
Kieran said, one time a woman pulled off his hat and looked at it and said, "Yeah, it's him. You're not that cute," and then handed the hat back and walked away.
Then, the world was shocked when Macaulay suddenly disappeared. The tabloids claimed his career was crashing and burning because of drugs, but that couldn't be further from the truth.
I really didn't want to do it anymore. Literally, I was hoping to disappear off the face of the earth.
You stopped and because you were just tired of it?
Yeah, I was tired of it. I needed something else. I needed to grow and develop as a person. I was looking forward to high school.
But breaking away from acting wasn't enough to escape his father. He had to fight even harder to gain his independence.
Macaulay struck out with his own financial claims, the 16-year-old citing his father's mismanagement of his earnings and mistreatment.
I pretty much took their names off my money as guardianship, just so it's a clean break.
A monumental court decision is giving Macaulay control of his Hollywood fortune.
Now that Macaulay was completely free from his dad, he was able to start a new chapter. And as everyone's favorite child star became an adult, he fell in love.
Macaulay Culkin and Mila Kunis are officially together.
We've had an amazing relationship for over 2 years.
But as Macaulay was trying to move on with his life, the public wouldn't let him. They kept associating him with this child star that he no longer was anymore.
And he always had this weird, fans were just screamed when they said, they didn't know how to react. Fans responded in a very abnormal way to him.
Did people treat you differently?
Yeah. I'm always treated differently.
He's the kid from Home Alone.
Yeah, the kid from Home Alone. And then on top of it, that part of your life is associated with trauma, which is your dad. So of course you're going to want to have a separation. Despite that, Macaulay seemed to be in a really good place with Mila until his world was shattered by some devastating news.
Dakota Culkin, sister of child star Macaulay Culkin, died Wednesday after being hit by a car.
Macaulay reflected on his last conversation with her the night before she died. She said, "I want you to stay focused and enthused." I was like, "Thanks, you too. Go to sleep." And then she went out to get some Gatorade and cigarettes, and she got hit by a car. It
hit Macaulay and his family really hard. Even during this tragedy, Macaulay and his dad didn't speak. And a couple of years later, he got some more devastating news.
I had a horrible breakup. A horrible breakup. I up.
Oh, okay.
And I'll be the first to admit it.
What happened? Did she cheat?
Well, she doesn't actually say for sure if she cheated or not, but it's definitely obvious that she blames herself for the breakup and not him. Macaulay wouldn't talk about it publicly, and then he disappeared again. And the world was shocked when these new images of him came out.
Macaulay Culkin's health is rapidly on the decline.
Rumors that he's addicted to heroin.
What happened?
Well, Macaulay denies ever using drugs, but he does admit that he went through depression.
I'd spend 12 hours a day in my bathtub. I had no appetite. I love fucking eating, man. Food that I loved didn't even taste good.
What felt worse for me was when I woke up and I didn't feel anything at all. That's the thing that hurts the most. You're feeling nothing, but you're also feeling hurt. because you don't care anymore. Like, that's the scary stuff. Like, that's the stuff that you really actually have to try to figure out.
Macaulay was alone. He wouldn't answer texts from his family, and then to make things worse, his dad attacked him in the media.
Kit Culkin, Macaulay's estranged father, told the Daily Mail, "I don't consider him a son anymore."
His father has ruled out any chance of reconciliation.
Macaulay took time to build himself back up, but he was only focused on working on himself. After his dad's abusive treatment, he didn't ever want to start a family of his own.
My mother has 7 children. I have no nieces or nephews, and I say Mom, don't you think that she kind of messes up a little bit? We're very hesitant to pull the trigger.
With the past that he's had, why would having a family be appealing to him?
Right. If anything, it's traumatizing. It's like, wow. No. A few years after those photos were released, Macaulay surprised everybody and returned to acting. This time, he did it on his own terms, and it wasn't because of his dad. And while he did that, that's when he actually met somebody special.
Macaulay Culkin and Brenda Song spotted holding hands.
You, Macaulay, grew up child star. Have you guys bonded over that?
It's almost like child actors. We don't need to talk about it. You just look each other in the eye and you nod and we know.
You seem really healthy. Like you seem like a together person.
Usually, for the most part, I'm pretty put together. I got a special lady friend. We have a dog and a cat.
Now that he was in a good place, Macaulay made sure to give his family the support that he never had growing up.
Macaulay tweeted, "My brother looks so handsome at the Golden Globes."
When it comes to my loved ones and my brothers, when they do something really good, I go out of my way to say that I am proud of them.
What about his dad?
It doesn't sound like he's going to talk to his dad again, but he doesn't let him have a shadow over his life anymore.
Do you have resolve in your heart, though?
I have forgiveness in my heart. I've made amends.
And after he found peace with his childhood and healed that part of himself, he was finally ready to start a family of his own.
Macaulay and Brenda Song welcomed a baby in honor of his late sister. The couple named their son Dakota.
It's inspiring to see that you can undo your negative past in a way.
I do feel blessed every morning.
But if things were different, I wouldn't be me. I love me, man. I think I'm freaking cool, so I wouldn't want to change a thing.